Welcome back. We just wrapped up the first full week of the legislative short session, and we are excited to announce that for the 10th time in the last 12 years, NCHBA has worked with Representative Mark Brody to introduce Senate Bill 166. This is our 2024 Building Code Regulatory Reform Package. This year's ambitious bill tackles a number of things, including a number of building code changes, on-site wastewater regulatory relief, and performance guarantee amendments. There's too much to go through in this video, but please read the written report. We have great detail on all the provisions. We're proud of this bill. We've worked for several months crafting all the provisions in this bill, and we believe our members across the state will benefit when we get this regulatory package passed. Now, just this week, it did pass the Land Use Local Government Committee, and its next stop is House Finance. But we're excited about this package, and we believe our members will be as well. Another bill that we worked on this week, particularly Chris Millis, our Director of Regulatory Affairs, was House Bill 426, various environmental amendments. This bill cleared the Senate Agriculture, Energy, and Environment Committee on Tuesday. The bill directs the Coastal Resources Commission to implement new rules designating Jockey's Ridge a state park. Jockey's Ridge recently lost its protection, and this legislative fix is needed to restore those protections for the folks on the Outer Banks. The bill also contains a provision that would add AstroTurf to the list of pervious surfaces. Previous General Assemblies have added surfaces such as slatted decks, swimming pools, landscape materials to this designation. In order to qualify, installers have to install them to manufacturer's specifications, and the turf cannot be placed on impervious surface. Also, this provision is mirrored in Senate Bill 166, our regulatory reform efforts this year. Another piece of legislation that we're following is House Bill 959, various changes to homeowners association laws. This is a product of House Resolution 311 from last session, which establishes the House Select Committee on HOAs, which really stemmed from a number of homeowner complaints, particularly on the coast, over things such as financial transparency and complaints about amenity centers not being completed. We're going to follow this legislation as HOAs are very important to our industry as a whole, but we'll keep you up to date on this issue. Two other bills of note that were introduced this week are House Bill 925, which creates the Department of Housing and Community Development in North Carolina. This would consist of 9 members appointed by both the governor and the General Assembly, and they're tasked with developing and implementing plans for community revitalization, and creates plans for housing production and preservation, homeless and special needs housing as well. This is a bill that will follow. We're not sure where this will head, but we'll certainly watch it as it progresses. Another bill that we're watching is House Bill 957, Home Warranty Regulatory Reform. This attempts to create regulations that place increased consumer protection around home service agreements. This is another one that we'll continue to monitor as the session progresses. I'm happy to be here with Representative Jeff Zenger from Forsyth County, currently in his second term. He's been our legislator of the week before, but in 2024, we'd like to recognize him again for all his efforts that he's done for the home building industry over the last several years. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.
Glad to be here. You know, we all know as we're in the industry, the biggest expense is regulation, and regulation just adds cost after cost after cost after cost. And so what we spend a lot of time here, I'm co-chair of regulatory reform. We spend a lot of time here working on getting rid of regulation, streamlining things. We did a great commercial bill for streamlining commercial plan review. We've changed all kinds of things in the building code, stopped the energy code that was going to add a tremendous amount of expense, all of that so that we can build affordable housing.
Well, we really appreciate it. And there's been no bigger champion than yourself during the last couple of years. So thank you very much.
Glad to do it. And the one thing I would say to all the members is it is vital that we have people here in the legislature that are in the industry. It's too complicated to try to explain to folks that don't know what's going on.
Well, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Zenger, for all your support over the last couple sessions. It's been your support has been vital to the success of our legislative agenda. Again, we can't thank you enough. Your expertise in the room really helps us move our agenda forward. And again, thank you so much for all your help. For more information, read our written legislative report. See you next week.